So we're standing in part of a building we call St Edward's Presbytery. It was built by Augustus Pugin. Augustus Pugin really was a genius. I mean, he died when he was only 40 years old, mentally disturbed, absolutely worn out. But in those few years, he'd done more than most of us will ever achieve in many lifetimes. I mean, he literally built cottages, country houses, cathedrals, churches. I mean, an extraordinary output.
But as you can see, poor old St Edward's is in a terrible state, which is why the Landmark Trust is getting involved.
It was built by Augustus Pugin to house the priest for St Augustine's Church, which is immediately next door, which he built with his own money, and was all part of the vision that he had for this plot of land that he acquired in Ramsgate, for really a sort of medieval community of the Grange, the priest's house, the church, and eventually a monastery across the road. First of all, he built the Grange in 1843-5, and then he followed on quite quickly with the presbytery. It has a date stone of 1849, but we think actually work was probably underway in 1850, 1851. Here we are coming into the kitchen courtyard of St Edward's, which has really been spoilt and overshadowed by this very poor quality first floor extension, which is not in a good condition at all. And we'll be taking this down, and once again this courtyard will be filled with natural daylight, so we should get wonderful light back into the dining room and the kitchen as part of the property. Here on the first floor, the priest, this is the area where the priest actually lived. So he had a sitting room, bedroom and closet. And we're going to keep this as the Landmark Trust sitting room. It's got a big oriel window, which Edward Pugin added a little bit later, which gives you a wonderful view of the monastery. And behind me will be a nice view down to the sea, past the chapel of the Grange. So we come through from the priest's sitting room into his bedroom. He had a closet off it, and this is going to be a double bedroom for the people who come and stay in the presbytery. And rather unusually for a Landmark Trust property, there's actually going to be an ensuite shower room. So here we are coming into Edward's studio. So this is Augustus's son. He was a very important, indeed internationally known architect in his own right. And rather than work in the library, as his father had done, this is the studio that he built as his working architectural practice, and he built it over the service range of his father's original building. It's got this fantastic bay window, which looks out west, and even better was going to be a 13 bay light window, the evidence for which is all still here. You can see where the mullions have all been cut out, and we're going to be putting that window back, and this 1950s extension is going to disappear. The thing about the presbytery is that it has had a lot of later additions, particularly 1950s classrooms, flat-roofed, felt-roofed classrooms added to it, some of which are a matter of really only inches away from the Grange. Also, the bit we're standing in is a later 19th century extension over what used to be Augustus Pugin's service wing. So all those later additions we're removing.
With your urgent support, we can start work soon and prevent further decay, increasing the cost of repair. A generous legacy gift from Mrs. Sheila Preston means that if we can raise just £108,000 from the appeal, restoration work could start this autumn.
So you've got the Grange, which is already available to rent for 8 people. The presbytery will be a second landmark for up to 4 people, and will give another opportunity for a smaller group of people to have that opportunity to experience really Augustus's vision for this site at Ramsgate. So you can see what a terrible state poor old St Edward's Presbytery is in. We desperately need your help to restore the building back to its former glory, to raise the money so that we can put the heart and soul back into this building and open it as a landmark in 2015. Please help us.